when the filter came off, where did it go? I understand it's your testimony it hit him in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Did it continue to go up after it hit him in the eye?
I don't believe so.
Do you know?
Not for a fact.
And the reason you believe this is the filter involved is because of this dent? Is that the only reason?
Check to the form.
Yes, ma'am. I believe so.
I know that you spoke with Mr. Mooney before this deposition today. He represents Mr. Best. Had you ever talked to Mr. Mooney or anyone from his office before today?
Other than just scheduling a date to meet for this, not really, no, ma'am.
Is not really a no?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
It's okay. Were you going to be in Idaho or Iowa or out of the state for some reason?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I work all over the U.S.
What do you do now?
I work for a company called TSS Solutions. I replace and refurbish Doppler radar systems.
How long have you been working for them?
I believe since October.
You like it?
No.
Do you plan on changing jobs anytime soon?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any specific plans in the works about where you're going?
No, ma'am.
If I wanted to get a hold of you, if we wanted you to come to trial to testify, how would be the best way to find you? Call you on your cell phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you plan on changing that anytime soon?
No, ma'am.
And the address that you gave me, is that your parents' address?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they moving anytime soon?
I have no idea.
Have you ever given a statement about this incident to anyone other than the police officers at the scene and to us today?
I don't remember. I don't recall at all. I don't believe so.
Was there oil up on that platform that you can recall?
Not that I can recall.
Did Mr. Mooney tell you that this was the filter involved?
Again, that was so I had seen that filter. I believe Glenn had that filter beforehand. When we were at the shop, Glenn's the one that told me that was a filter that was involved. That's why the dent, that's where I believe the dent came from, things like that. It just made sense.
Would this have been when you were still working for him?
Yes, ma'am.
So at some time after this incident on December 16th, 2016, Mr. Best showed you a filter that looked like this with a dent in it in his shop, and he told you this was the filter involved.
I believe he was at his house, but yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that when you first noticed the dent?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so.
Did he tell you where he got the filter from?
No, ma'am.
Did Mr. Mooney tell you this was a filter involved?
He didn't say exactly, I don't believe.
Did he show it to you today before the deposition?
Yes, ma'am, I've seen it.
And what discussions did you have with Mr. Mooney before the deposition?
Explaining to me what was going to go on in here, and exactly, I can't remember everything. I know he explained to me what was going to go on in here. I know he had, as far as I can know, and that was about all I remember.
How long did you meet with him?
Oh, I have no idea. I was extremely late getting here, so.
And he pulled this filter out while talking to you?
Yes, ma'am. I was sitting on the table.
Did you talk specifically about the filter at all when you talked to Mr. Mooney?
I don't believe so.
And when you say he explained what was going to happen in here, what did he say would happen?
Explained she was going to be here, and she was, going to be here with the camera. Basically told me don't make things up, just tell the truth. That's all he wants.
Did he talk with you at that time about details about what happened?
I think I told him a couple of things. Nothing really. Other than just the specifics on it, what had gone on that exact moment. But other than that, nothing really.
And the specifics of what went on at that exact moment, what are you talking about?
The day that blew off.
So did you talk about the things like we talked about today with Mr. Mooney?
Yes, ma'am, pretty much.
Anything different?
No, ma'am.
November. Do you know where you're going to be in November?
Not a clue.
So these interrogatories state that you worked at Universal Hyundai on the day of the incident. Maybe it's typographical, maybe I don't understand the answer. You were working for Best Lubrication on the day of the accident, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever worked for Universal Hyundai or Universal Nissan?
No, ma'am.
Do you know, and if I asked you this, I apologize, Paul Conklin? He was a Universal Hyundai employee?
No, ma'am.
What about Moreland Lockmanen, Lockmanen? Do you know Mr. Lockmanen?
No, ma'am.
Did Mr. Holland come to the scene on the day of the incident?
No, ma'am.
I don't think I have any other questions for you now. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Very briefly. Exhibit 1. You saw the filter that blew off and hit Mr. Best in the face, correct?
Yes, sir.
Was the filter the size of Exhibit 1?
Yes, sir.
Was it the color of Exhibit 1?
I believe so.
Okay. There was a discussion of the Universal complex, and you said there were two Universal dealerships side by side, is that correct?
I believe so, yes, sir.
And if you're facing the front of those two dealerships, you believe that this incident occurred the dealership on the right-hand side?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Okay. And if I represent to you that it's Universal Nissan on the left and Universal Hyundai on the right, you don't have any reason to believe that's not correct, right?
No, sir.
Okay,
I don't remember the exact name of the building. I just remember the building.
it's okay. I don't have anything else.
You know, sometimes, despite our best efforts, we just don't ask the right question. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, man, neither one of them asked me the most important thing of all this. Is there something that we have forgotten or did not ask a question about this incident that you recall happening that day that sticks out in your mind?
No, ma'am, not that I can recall.
I don't think I have anything else. Thank you.
This concludes the deposition. The time is 4:42 p.m. off the record.